Good day, folks. Now we have an Ask Adam Anything question. The question is, how could I segregate my 28,000 LinkedIn contacts? It's actually a two-part question. So Paul has asked, how could I reconnect or segregate my 28,000 contacts and also build new relationships and funnels? So let's tackle it piece by piece. So the first part, how can I segregate my 28,000 first degree contacts? This is where LinkedIn is a bit of a pain. It's not easy to do so, Paul. So that's why I encourage clients to use my outreach activity tracker template. I will link to that in the comments. First of all, if you've got 28,000, that's a lot of contacts. So if it were me, what I do, I would run searches, or I'd probably get a VA to help, but I would run a search of my first degree contacts and filter it by people and then the role that your ideal client has. So if that's an IT consultant or a CEO or an accountant or a physio, type that in the top, run your search in the location that you want to be winning clients, and filter by first degree contacts, so it's only looking at people in your direct network. And from that, I would then be, it's a bit laborious, but I would be adding those contacts to a spreadsheet. So I've got the Google sheet you can download. It's awfully manual, but it's probably the best bet. With Sales Navigator, if you do pay for that premium service, you can save lists, and that can help make it a little bit easier. You can have lists up to 250 people before then having to create a new list. That is pretty good, but I still like to save them in an independent spreadsheet because firstly, I like to message people through the LinkedIn platform, not the Sales Navigator platform. But also then you can keep track then of where that relationship is and what stage of the nurture system they are at. Which kind of brings us to the second part of the question, which is how can I reconnect with them and build new funnels? So for funnel, I'll assume you mean like a nurturing system, which could involve taking them into a traditional email funnel, or it could be messaging them on the LinkedIn platform. So this is where the spreadsheet comes in handy because there's columns for message 1, message 2, message 3, message 4, and message 5. So you can actually see in the spreadsheet when you populate it with your data where each of those contacts is in terms of your manual funnel or the 5-step nurture system. Now, part of that process may be to invite them to be on your email list. You probably wouldn't word it that way. You would invite them to register for something or download a valuable piece of flagship content. That could be part of your process. But with 28,000, I wouldn't boil the ocean. I would just pick an ideal client or a buyer persona, maybe get a list of 250 people and start the nurturing process. But it is a big undertaking. It certainly is, and that's why a VA can definitely help with some of the grunt work there. The other part of that question was, how do I build new connections? And this is probably a point worth making when you've got 28,000. I think the limit is 30,000 contacts you can have or connections that you can have on LinkedIn. So if you're pushing that up a level and you realize maybe that there's more people that you would like to have in your network, I would actually, as part of that process, go through and cull some of the people who aren't necessarily, ideal prospects. There's probably, of 28,000, there's probably going to be a few random types of people in there. So maybe as you're going through, remove a few of those connections so that there's room to add more connections of more qualified, ideal looking prospects. But no easy solution there. What I've explained to you is what I do myself, and the tools to do so are in the description. You may also like the reconnection scripts. So the LinkedIn outreach script template contains all of these, but if you're reconnecting with people and you don't know them, you would write and say, hey Paul, it's Adam. I know we've been connected on here a long time. I've never actually written to introduce myself. That's why I'm writing to you today. I see you do XYZ. How's it all going there? On my end, I do XYZ. Let's keep in touch. If it's somebody that you do know and you're reconnecting after maybe 5 years in the wilderness, you might say, hey Paul, it's Adam. Long time no speak. It's been ages since we crossed paths. I think it might have been at this particular place or in this particular environment. What are you working on at the moment? As for me, I help people do this. Cheers, Adam. So there you have it. All the links and stuff are down below. I see some people live. Thank you for joining me. And please, if you've got questions, let me know, because I have made a little bit of a commitment to do daily posting in here, whether it's a video or a post or what have you. I do like the videos, they're good fun, and yeah, so if you've got questions, let me know via DM or via a comment in the group. Alright folks, take care, and I'll see you on the next Ask Adam Anything. See you later.